Democratic leaders have shown you just exactly how to lose an election. Right now, they're complaining about the troops having steak and lobster tails. Seriously, you think they should be eating MREs at every single meal? This could be their last meal. You don't know. They don't know. And what's going through their mind right now when they see you talking about this is, why are you attacking us? There's no reason for you to be attacking them. Who you should be attacking is these, and you're taking aim at the troops. How do you think that's going to make them feel the next election cycle when it's their turn to vote, and they're going to think about what you're saying about them? Talk about Pete Hegseth spending $93 billion, billion with a B, in the month of September alone, so that way he doesn't get it stripped from his budget next year. And that includes everything from the Air Force Chief of Staff getting $100,000, getting approval for a $100,000 grand piano installed in his home, $140,000 on donuts, another how many hundreds of $1,000s on ice cream machines? Are you kidding me? The list goes on and on. $93 billion, and guess what that money could have been used for? Yeah, what do you think it costs to run SNAP benefits for this country? About $100 billion a year. So you could have fed people, and you're spending it on that instead? That's the stuff Democrats should be making known to the public. Get your message straight. Make sure people understand what you're talking about, and quit attacking the goddamn troops. When I was in the military on the Carl Vinson, we had steak and lobster a couple different times a week. Why is that? Because when you work on the flight deck of an aircraft carrier, chances are your life expectancy is going to be a lot shorter than someone who's just delivering the mail. And that's no offense to mailmen, but think about it. Which job is a little bit more dangerous? Yeah, and so when these guys actually get something nice, don't try to rip it away from them. They're how many thousands of miles away from home? They're wondering about their families. They're wondering if the United States is going to be attacked. They're wondering when they're going to be attacked. Holy Christ almighty, and you're on them for getting a decent meal? You should be ashamed of yourselves. Get your messaging straight and aim it at the right direction. Aim it at the President of the United States who got us into this conflict, who thinks he can just walk away at any moment. He's hammering us economically. They're hammering us at the pumps. They're hammering us with goods and services.
Yes, I posted a similar video like this few hours ago. I don't know, at some point, this platform did not permit this video to be monetized. I had to take down the video to re-edit so you can see exactly what these Democrats are putting out about this issue of lobsters. At some point, I don't know why they have to do this. Complaining about food that the military is eating is a big mistake that these people actually do. They don't even realize what this man said, though he is a Democrat and a veteran, is the truth. This is how Democrats just want to lose an election. This is exactly what they do. If you see lawmakers coming forward to say some ridiculous things about this, then you should know this is a clear message to the military not to support them. Yeah, in times of elections, these people usually cast vote, so...
There are two circumstances under which the troops get fed steak and lobster. One is we're about to deliver some really bad news that you're not going to like, and we're going to just butter you up a little bit before we deliver it. Two is we're about to send you somewhere to go do some stuff that might get you, and we want you to have a nice meal beforehand. It's literally a potential last meal. Those are the two circumstances. I remember one time I got fed steak and lobster. I was a Marine on the USS New York, and we had just reboarded the ship from the Middle East, and we were getting ready to head home. They fed us steak and lobster, and we're over there thinking that this is our going home meal. This is awesome. We eat. Later on that evening, the captain comes over the 1MC and says, "Hey, did everybody enjoy their steak and lobster?" We're like, "Hell yeah, we love that." And then the captain says, "Cool. Guess what? We're turning this ship around. We're going right back through the Suez Canal. You're not going home. Marines, get your rig together. We got shit to do." And I remember also I got the steak and lobster served for me in Iraq, and I remember eating it because I didn't have a knife. I had it with my hands. I ate it like it was a sandwich, and I was sitting on an MRE box, and then I created this like little milk crate table, and put my plate down on it. So I was eating steak and lobster off of a paper plate with my bare hands. And I woofed that down like it was my last meal. I was so grateful to have it. And it wasn't good steak. It wasn't good lobster. The lobster was gummy. It wasn't really buttered. The steak was dry, over-seasoned. They mass cooked it for thousands of us, put it in a bin, and then you just go pick it out. It's not like we're going to Ruth Chris. And you guys have a problem with us having even that? We can spend billions of dollars at a Somali leering center. We can spend millions upon millions of dollars on drag shows in South America and all these other wasteful programs. But the troops who are actually out doing something, getting a nice meal, that's where you want to be fiscally responsible.
You know, it get crazy every single day with this Democrat. There is a video I saw on CNN where this man went crazy about this. It's like it's a taboo. This is something that has never happened. He spoke like the money is being spent by the secretary. Yeah. Then when you look at men in uniform, how they are enjoying themselves, you know, then people are sitting behind complaining why they should be. It get me crazy. We have a lot of things happening in around the world right now. You are having time to sleep well while they are there and still getting jealous while they're eating lobsters.
He has spent $15 million in 1 month for ribeye steak, $6.9 million for lobster tail, $200.
Brothers Defect has steak and lobster. How's your steak and lobster?
All right, damn near decent.
How's yours?
I'm ready for war.
We're going to war.
Oh
theater.
my God!
Troops who are going to war.
Oh my God!
Great meal. You know that.
They're getting a lobster. You are so full of it.
Over this.
You are
You're
so
gonna get
full
killed over this. Internet, do something.
I might have to double it. I had to run it back.
Yes, this is my second video on this topic. There is something more important that I want you to see. When you take a look at this tweet, here is Michelle Obama saying this to troops as part of a soft and tough meal that has been military tradition since World War II. But mainstream media press has suddenly decided it's a virtue for some reasons. You know, at some point when I see Democrat melting down that he spent 15 million in doing this, it get me so crazy. Yeah. You will not see them when Obama was there doing this. Michelle was there, they were doing that. No, they were happy, like, oh, the military is happy. Just because it is strong, it is now something the mainstream media is talking about.
Rage from the left over how the military is feeding our troops. Democrats and some media outlets are blasting Secretary of Hegseth after reports the Pentagon spent millions on steak, lobster, and other high-end meals for service members. Take a listen.
So how much did you spend last year on fruit basket stands? Well, the Pentagon spent $12,000. Well, they wasted a whole lot more money than that.
Hegseth also went all out on the buffet. They're just hearkening back to our founders. As Paul Revere declared on his famous ride, one if by surf, two if by turf.
What is this, my 600-pound Defense Department?
I feel like this whole mission of Kash Patel's kind of reeks of that video gaming bro again. You know, like, we're going to bring the UFC and we're going to fight. And, like, the optics matter because the way they've been recruiting ICE agents, young ICE agents, is with video single-shooter games. The way they're pitching all of these massive, serious military campaigns.
A dude that was corny in high school, and he got this great job, and now he wants to be somebody.
I think it goes to show you just how incompetent this administration is. I mean,
at some point when I see them doing this, I don't just want to even respond, but it is important. I just wanted to show you what is happening. I want to appreciate people sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. As of the short clips at the end, that is for the white algorithm.
Hell. It's nutty as hell. Yeah. And you're right. Every day is something new.
Set back to the idea of an expertise denigrated while
the trap that Trump laid in the State of the Union address. And the Democrats didn't stand. I mean, obviously, it's a it's a deliberate trap.
Yeah. I think you and I agree on this is all
through to get here.
Trump! Go Trump! Hey, Murphy,
thanks, man.
Our chamber is chanting USA. This is a sick person. The first lady.
I was there, and it was as horrific as I thought it would be.
She wasn't the only one. Look at 35, CNN's Abby Phillip.
But he utilized almost like
these game show type moments where you're seeing awards being presented.
They're just so disgusting.
Of course, he chose who did not vote in his favor and did not shake her hand there.
Here's the video. He shook everyone's hand. Everyone. There's the Chief Justice. All of them got their hands shaken to the point where they had to come back on the air and say this in Stop 33.
But we should point out as he walks in, he's pretty close to the justices again as he comes down on the floor, that he did shake their hands there this evening.
Moment. No, that's not what happened at all.
Democrats to stand for the slain passenger in North. Our first priority is Americans rather than illegal on either of those two. I think they took his bait.
Can take away from the joyous moment as all Americans. And why are they putting a medal?
Oh, he's already under scrutiny for 1,000 reasons. Viral Patel posted this on X.
Job.
I get suspicious when any
person's home, it's very easy to.
This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
The country's in such emotional turmoil.
And Republicans on both sides, you're
so amazing. And wasn't it so great?
When it can be hard to hope.
Hey, girl.
In a time when it can be hard to hope. Each day we wake up.